So here we are again with Paper Mario Master Quest, Luigi's Challenge, Pit of 100 Trials, the 90s. And before we get started with this, I want to read something from my comments from the first time I went into the 90s in the Pit of 100 Trials, which is on this channel. It's a video, you can go check it out. It took 3 hours. Actually, it really took 2.5 hours, and I spent the last half hour on like the boss, which I didn't beat in that part. But anyway, Darth Mohawk 1 says, and this is a big long thing, I'm not going to read everything, but you should check it out. I think I even pinned it as well. But a thought strikes regarding the difficulty of this pit versus the one in TTYD. In the TTYD pit, you have a couple of tools at your disposal that are not available in Paper Mario 64. Super guarding is the biggest one, but it's definitely not necessary to be able to beat the pit. Being able to level up past 27 is another. Free heals interspersed on the most difficult floors are definitely a valuable resource. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. I'm kind of tired right now. But finally, the quality of area of effect attacks in TTYD is greatly superior to those in Paper Mario 64. Not just Supernova, but also Art Attack being able to waste entire floors in one turn. Something that is completely out of reach in this pit starting around floor 40 or so probably. Enemies wandering around with more than 20 HP as a standard really hurts when the maximum output from Team Mario is only around the 10 spread. Which, you know, this is a great point. These are great points even. I think that's the thing with this pit. I think one thing is super guarding's not there. But even myself, I'm not the best super guarder, so that's not how, even though there are pits that you do need to rely on that, that's not necessarily how, you know, I get through a lot of my pits. At least I don't think. I mean, someone can check my videos and see, hey, no, you did use a lot of super guards. You super guard 80% of the time in Pit of 100 Trials, but the thing is that, like, you had that there, so if you could get good at it, that was a way to get through the pit. But beyond that, being able to level up past 27 is another, which I'm not sure if there's anything that... I'm saying it with the super guards. I don't know if there's any way to incorporate that into this game or making the levels past 27. But the levels as they are, you get free heals, as he says. You get to heal when you level up in both games. But in T2ID, the level cap is so much higher that you never really reach it, so you can keep doing that. Whereas in Paper Mario 64, it's such a low level cap that, you know, once you start, how do I put this? Once you get up to like a really high level, like you starting it at the point, first off, Luigi's Challenge, you don't level up at all, so that's kind of a big thing against that. Like, honestly, if I could expect a level up like 3 or 4 times across the 90s, I might be able to manage it, maybe, at this point. But right now, I don't know. Just because I don't have any level ups, I don't really have any heals. I have 1 life shroom, I have a shooting star and a repel gel. Or maybe I don't have the shooting star anymore. Actually, let me just check and see. I don't know why it went to that. I have a life shroom and a repel gel, that's it. And that's basically the same thing that I had in the last pit too, I think. Except I don't think I had the repel gel. But it's just, I get Master Quest as a hard mod. It's supposed to be very difficult. And you're taking enemies from across the chapters that were difficult on their own. You're putting them all together in this pit on top of the 90s, which, you know, have these even more insane enemies. The enemies in the 80s are insane too, because a lot of them have really high defense. The 90s I don't think have as much defense, but it's just right now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the screen and I'm saying, like, how am I going to do this? How can I do this without... I could save state. How am I going to do this as well without doing the whole group focus thing? Because I really don't want to make this another 2-hour part. And I really don't want to do it, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, but I'm going to save state here. And if I die, I'm going to reload here. And then I'm just going to leave the pit with Power Plus, because at least I got Power Plus out of it, right? Right. But, and Defend Plus. I got Defend Plus too at floor 80. But it's just, yeah, I feel like the Pit of 100 Trials and TTYD, due to a lot of the other stuff TTYD had going for it, is better than this. This one is just, it's way too lopsided on the difficult side. And I understand, again, the only way to really make that work is to nerf the enemies in the pit itself. Like, which would probably involve a lot in terms of like making copies of enemies from across the chapters, but making them weaker for the pit. But I don't know. I'm just honestly like, I'm honestly just like mentally checked out of this. We're gonna try it though. We're gonna see what happens. But anyway, I just want to pray. And he brought up, you know, an advantage that Paper Mario 64 has, which is that, you know, there are a lot of ways to stun enemies. But I think in Master Quest, a lot of it doesn't work. Or a lot of it doesn't work for more than 1 or 2 turns at a time, which doesn't really give you enough time to do anything significant. So, and that said, I'm recording this probably way before it actually goes up and on YouTube, and by the time it goes up, maybe some of these concerns will have been addressed by Thams, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, let me just let's see, Dizzy Attack, Last Stand. I need Zap Tap on. I guess I'll take that off. Alright. Alright, we'll go with Power Bounce. Well, that's the other thing too, like with some of the nerfs that later versions of this have, like, how the hell is this going to be possible? Like, Power Bounce is getting nerfed, it's going to be at 0 cap. Like, to be fair, like right now, like if I Power Bounce this guy, I do 7 damage there. If I didn't, if it was 0 floored, like what it's gonna happen, it's definitely gonna happen at this point, I think. I would have done 3 damage there. Like, that's significant at this point in the pit. Like, I need Power Bounce. Like, Fan Smack's gonna do 5, so there's no point in really doing that. I may as well use Watt and just attack him. So, I thought I was at 10. Alright. And that's just a bug, I'm sure. I'm sure that thing is supposed to be able to attack me, which, if it was, I'd be at 1 HP again. But, like, I have... Like, I could try Mega Shock. Doesn't work on the Goomba, though. But now I gotta Mega Shock again because they're back up already. And now it doesn't work on them. And they're the ones I really needed it to work on. Now I don't have enough FP for Power Bounce. And admittedly, if I was actually still into getting this done and, you know, actually trying here, I probably could have planned something out a little bit better than what I did. But I'm honestly done. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's... I could cheat it again if if I really wanted to, but I don't want to do that. I got my second Power Plus. I plan to utilize it against the Bowsers, so hopefully. I guess we'll see what I do. Speaking of them, let's go up. Let's go up and get out of here. And I'm sorry, I really wanted to do it when I initially started, but by the time I got to the 70s and then really went in the 80s, like I was just like, what the fuck? How am I gonna do this? I thought maybe it was possible early on, but I just don't think I can do this. I don't. By the time I get to the 90s, I'm not in any mood where I want to start like planning and trying to figure things out and doing the exact right thing that you need to do in order to beat it. And honestly, at that point, after already doing it and doing it in my first run the way I did it, which I know I cheated to beat it, but still, like, that's the only way I see myself really doing it. Oh, yeah, what am I going to do now? There's really nothing to do other than to go and fight Bowser. I have a bunch of items. Okay. So Bowser does the same thing as Kenshi Koopa, where you can attack multiple times in one turn and potentially make it so the life stream doesn't work. I'm gonna grab a couple of them though. I think 5 should be good. 5, and then I don't even know what else I want to get right at this point. Let's go with... Let's just get a Whack-A-Mole. Alright. We're going to start this fight in peril. This first Bowser fight. The second one doesn't really matter if you start in peril or not. Like, because even if you do damage to his the first phase of the final fight, and it carries over, he heals so much during the fight that it's like such an insignificant amount of damage you do. Doesn't matter. Alright, let me just think about this here. So take all these off, take that off. We're gonna put on Power Rush, Mega Rush, PFD down, All or Nothing. I think I did this in my first run too. I feel like I did this exact same thing. Alright, so Power Bounce, where is it? I guess I'll put on Defend Plus. Alright. Actually, say it doesn't matter. There is a life shroom I will get. Alright. So I got bow out. Alright. Yep, I know what I'm gonna do. This is 60 HP, no problem. He misses both his attacks because he's a cheater. Can I damage him actually when he's in the Star Rod? Oh. That's right. Of course he'd attack. I think he's gonna heal at this point. $30? No problem. That ain't nothing. Does the Star Rod that fire breath seem pretty weak? Alright, so Star Beam. I'm actually gonna turbocharge with Mario. I don't know if he's gonna heal now or what he's gonna do, but I guess it affects it. Shit, he's gonna heal again. No, he's not. He's gonna use the Star Beam. Star Rod. He might actually... No, he didn't. Alright, I was certain. I was certain I was gonna get Life Shroom cheated there. But... or cheated out of my Life Shroom. It didn't happen. Good. That was just a warm-up, though. Alright. Let's go back and, I guess prepare for final, but I don't know what am I even going to do against him? You know what I think? I think I need to, probably end this part. Just, think about what I'm going to do for this final Bowser fight, and then go from there. He doesn't have quite as much HP as he does in the Super Boss one, thank God, so... yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna think about that and figure all that out, and then I'll probably end up finishing this run in the next part. So yeah, that'll be fun, and I will see you then.